Okay, this is my third video for the Waves CR8 sample player. Today I'm just going to be concentrating on the kind of on the sample window itself here. You can see in this kind of dark area, and just a couple of features and functions off to the right and within it itself. Okay, so let's just get hold of a sample. Just something I've discovered since last time, by the way, is that I'm going to work with a loop today, and loops don't show up in your Cosmos viewer. Okay, let's just have a quick look at the Cosmos viewer here. View all of them. There we go. You can see loops, and I'll just demonstrate this now. I'm going to turn them all off apart from my folder here that I know contains loops, and they don't show up in your Cosmos viewer, but they will show up. You can see this, by the way. This is grayed out. Loop is grayed out here. They do show up in your list views. Okay, totally understandable, because they're, a loop sample is often made up of, drums, bass, different types of instruments, and it's very hard to organize those in any way that makes any sense in the Cosmos viewer. Okay, let's just go with we'll go with that one, a really simple loop. There we go, pop it in. Okay, so what's happened here is it's put a loop in, and it's recognized, it's worked out a BPM, and it says that BPM for that is 144.9. I sense it was probably made at 145, but this is very close anyway. Okay, what you should bear in mind is, if I was to play it now just from the middle C, it's quite quiet, and also it's a different beat. It seems to be a different. It's not quite playing, I think, at 100. That's not 144 BPM. So the first thing you want to do, if you click to off. Now it's playing at the right speed, and the other thing is the volume is minus 12 dB. So I just turn that up to 0, just for my own peace of mind, because I like to hear it at the volume that it was played at when I heard the sample. There we go. So a couple of tweaks that you have to make just in case you're worried about everything's just a bit quieter. So just going around the screen here. I'm going to start off with this one here. This one is your kind of minor adjustment, if you like, just in case your beat is these are your beat markers, and if your loop is slightly off for some reason or other, you can just tweak that so everything's in sync. There you go. Often you don't need to do that, because beats are, they're bang on these days, aren't they, when you get hold of them. This button here is for when you use your start. Well, actually, let's just go here, by the way. This is how you define where your loop starts, and this is how you can define where your loop stops. So if I play it now, there we go. Okay, now you probably want to make sure you get it exactly on some of the beats or the transients, and the way you do that here, this one is a snapping tool. These are all snapping tools, so at the moment the snapping is off. This is snap to beats. Okay, so there we go. As I scroll along here, and same one with the back marker, that's just snapping to the beat. Yeah, and the next one here, this snaps to the transients. I don't think there's really, this is just more of a baseline, so you won't really see that. But if there's some kind of other transients here, hi-hats and whatnot, it would snap to those as well. So I'm just going to work with the beat snapping tool there. Okay, and the other thing is this tool here, where you can have a fades in and out. Now, to be honest, you wouldn't really use this on a loop. You might lose it on a normal sample. There we go. That's it. And then I think there's this one, which just is for the start. If you want to change the start, I'm not quite sure if they got one for the end, a separate one for the end, but there you go. That's nearly just about it, apart from this one here. This is a useful tool to understand, in that if I've come in and changed some of these functions, you'll see what if you've seen my previous video, you know what these do. Right then, so let's assume I've set up a bunch of parameters up here, and I've panned it off to the right, and I've added a bit, there we go, panned it off to the right, added a bit more width. Okay, and I think, oh, that's quite good. I've changed all these settings here, and I've detuned it and whatnot. There we go. And then I think, well, I like those settings, but actually I just want to change the sample over. If I was to now just import a sample, okay, it would wipe all of these clean. However, this button here is kind of a swap tool. So when that's, if you click that, when that's highlighted orange, what that means is if I now import a different sample, let's get one that sounds very different. There we go. So if I bring that one in now, it has swapped it whilst keeping all of these parameters. There you go. I haven't had to adjust all these. So that's pretty much how this window works, and just for useful things to know. I haven't explored these. I mean, these are basically, you know, these also affect this as well, but at the minute I'm just concentrating on that. So a little bit at a time, that's why it'll sink into your head. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Click and like or whatever you want to do or don't do. Thanks a lot, and bye.